Hey, it is the night between Saturday and Sunday at the end of day one of the English Nationals at Roll Call. And I have the results for you guys of day one, and I'll just talk briefly about what's happening and about some of the matchups going into day two. So let me just bring up all of that for you guys. Just a sec. And here we have the right. So this is the scoreboard at the end of day one. So Johnny Curran is in the lead. Johnny Curran is bringing a German version of his barbecue list, basically. Right, he has flamer bombs, a bunch of those, and he has 4 multi-rocket launchers. So it's a really, really powerful army. It's one of those armies that I had ranked to potentially win based on list. And at the same time, I know Johnny Curran. I've played against Johnny, and he knows how to play, especially play barbecue. He knows his stuff. He's a really good player, and he knows this army build down to the very bones of it. Mike Jones, for me, that was a little bit of a surprise. He's bringing his Finns, 21 order dice, a lot of push infantry, and 8 comsomolets. Stuart Hawkins, I hadn't rated, and I can't really remember what he has. He's, of course, also bringing Finns. So again, one of those Finnish army builds that we're seeing a lot of in the top tables. Can't remember exactly what he has. Johnny Ferg is bringing his Brits. He has 14 order dice, so very low. Lots of veterans, company commander, and then 3 artillery observers to just bog down the enemy in doing nothing in all those bombardments. Alex Bundags, I'd also rated him to potentially go and win this. He has a very strong army that has so many Polish TKS tankettes, right? I think he has 10, and then a couple of lancers, because of course you do. So he could also do this. He's a really good player as well. So Martin Knowles is also in the top tables here. Doing well for himself. Oh, what does Martin bring? He had Brits, 16 order dice, double artillery observer, and then armor and camping infantry. Very much the meta of what we're seeing right now. Richard Ceresco. Richard is always someone you've got to figure into your account of who's going to win. He's bringing Germans this time, though. I can't remember what his army was. Andrew Colliford, then Paul Wickens, Russell Wright. Russell, of course, been on the channel, talked about he is bringing an all infantry Japanese army, which is very weird and very interesting to see how he actually does with that army. And then Dave Parker, Ben Andrews, Jacob Wright, Alistair, David, Rob LeMay, Chris Davies, Dan Moody, Phil Brewer, Gary Betts, and all the way down, you can see there's a lot of people here, right? A lot of people turning up. And Ashley Turner, you had a rough first day. Sorry about this, mate. James Spratley as well. Spratley, sorry. Yeah. Now, going into day two, that's also something we can actually look at. That wasn't it at all. It was... Here we go. So these will be the matchups for tomorrow. Now, I am, of course, mostly looking at the top tables. Mike Jones's Finnish will be facing Johnny Curran's German barbecue. That'll be an interesting matchup. If Mike can put enough pins on Johnny's engineers and flamethrowers to stop them, maybe, potentially. If not, then he'll get roasted in his comsomolets. Stewart is facing Martin Knowles. I think Martin has a decent chance of winning that, just based on the fact that he has those artillery observers. Alex Bundax against Ben Andrews. Ben Andrews is bringing his US. I think Alex is going to win that one, potentially. Just all those tankettes is going to be difficult. Johnny against Richard. Yeah, that's a toss-up for me. Both of them really good players. I would give a slight edge to players' skill on Richard, but Johnny has a really good list. And Johnny has been doing well for himself these past years. And then David versus Jake, Andrew versus Jacob, Russell versus Paul Wickens, also an interesting match. Kenny versus Dan Moody, Gervin against Phil Brewer, and Alan Wells against Chris Davies. That is the top matchups here. Gary Morgan surprisingly not doing too well. So I'm saying surprisingly because Gary Morgan is the defending British champion. So yeah, I would have expected him to be further along, but stuff happens in tournaments. Yeah, so that is it for me so far. Good luck to everyone at roll call, and I'll see you with the results. Cheers.